morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those of you who are watching from different parts of the world. So, my name is Liz,
And
and
I'm Ian.
this is my husband, Ian. And we are coming to you live from our home here in Dubai, UAE. So, it is currently 10 o'clock in the morning. What's the weather outside?
It's around
It's about
20.
maybe 20 degrees. It's a little warmer today. But thank you for those who are watching us live right now. If you are watching us, please say hi, leave a comment below, let us know what time it is in your part of the world. Or if you're going to watch the replay later, let us know of your feedback on this series. Okay, so why are we here today, Mahal?
We're here because of our another episode of our Ian and Liz Life, Love, and Biz.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on our episode 3.
Episode 3 of
We're on
this.
our episode 3 right now.
Mhm.
And we will talk about what we learned about love.
What we learn about love. So if you have noticed, we have worn white and red today because
Yes, tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
yes, so today is a special episode for this series because, as we have said, the title of this series is Ian and Liz, Life, Love, and Biz. So, as a recap on the last 2 episodes, we have discussed, what to expect on the series. That's the pilot episode, and then last week we discussed about our life lessons. Particularly the lessons that we learned from our parents and our siblings as well. And this episode is dedicated to sharing with you our lessons in love. Yeah, so parang aligned din siya with Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow. So we would love to share with you what we have learned in our 10-year relationship and 5 years of marriage. Yeah, so for those of you who we haven't connected yet, maybe it's good to do a little introduction of ourselves.
Yes. So I'm Ian, and I'm originally from the Philippines. We're both originally from the Philippines. So we're both OFWs here in Dubai for ilang years na ba?
40.
Almost, siya kaka 14 lang niya.
Yes.
Ako 14 na. Almost 14 na this coming March.
Yes.
So I'm from Mandaluyong, and you are from?
I grew up in Pasig City, but my family is now living in Antipolo. Yeah. So, like Ian said, we're both originally from the Philippines. We moved here in the UAE in 2008 because we wanted to work abroad so we can help our parents, our family have a better life, and prepare for our future. And we've been together for almost 15 years. A little more background of that later on. So we're 5 years married, no kids yet, still praying for it. We have 2 adopted local cats. We name Sushi and Maki. So they are our babies for now. And I'm a full-time working professional. I'm in the retail and distribution industry as a market planner.
I'm a graphic designer also in the retail industry.
Yes, so that's our background in terms of career. And since July 2020, we are also digital entrepreneurs and mentors. So we help ordinary people set up their own successful global digital businesses. Okay, so what else? What else about ourselves? I might also add, I'm also a faculty at the Philippine Business School teaching inventory planning and procurement. And we are also serving the Ministry of the Couples for Christ. Yeah, here in the UAE. Okay, so again, going back to this episode, Mahal. So this episode is about
Love.
love.
Lessons in love.
Lessons in love. So
we will be focusing on a relationship of couples.
yes,
Married
focus on
couples or boyfriend, girlfriend.
but particularly married couples.
Married
Okay. So, okay, as a background for our relationship, Mahal, how, ano ang background natin? Saan ba tayo nagsimula? Ano yung,
Ayun.
parang ibang klase yung ngiti mo.
No, tawag dito, nagsimula kami in the Philippines. We met in the Philippines last May, before May 5. Nag-official kami May 5, 2007. So,
Naguguluhan
bago-
kasi yun.
bago nun, in-introduce kami ng common friend.
Mhm.
So, we've been introduced by a common friend,
I
which
think it
is
was August 2006.
community sister ko sa
sa
SFC, and then her is like sorority sister.
Yes, from UP
So,
Manila.
both sisters namin sa
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 community,
community,
or sa
sa
organization.
uh,
So we were introduced August 2006, and then yon, long story short, we were officially together ng May 2007.
May 11.
May 11, 2007.
Oo,
Good thing you
parang
remember.
Muntik ako
Good thing you remember.
makalimutan. Sabihin mo
Okay.
ako.
Hindi naman. To be fair naman, naalala naman niya every time anniversary namin, ganyan, especially anniversary. He's good on that specific date. Okay.
Hindi
So,
ko kalimutan.
it's always an alarm in your calendar, no? Tapos
nun, yun, opportunities came. Naging naging OFWs kami after a year na naging kami. Kasi na-introduce ko sa kanya yung pag-OFW. Kasi ginugroom ako ng nanay ko na mag-abroad, sa magkakapatid. Then, na-influensyahan ko rin siya. So, parehas kaming nagpunta dito. So, nakita niya, it's a good idea also. And going forward, matagal din kaming naging boyfriend and girlfriend. Because
so actually, for how long?
For almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. So imagine, we were together as boyfriend girlfriend since May 2007, but we only decided to get married in December of 2016. Well, actually, so of course before marriage we had the engagement, diba? I would just have to say that throughout the long years of our of our relationship, he was really able to earn the trust of my parents, especially si Papa. Hello, Papa. He was really able to get my family to accept him, to warm up to him, to love him, because it wasn't very easy for my family to parang hindi may our family came to the time na medyo medyo I wouldn't say alanganin, pero it was quite tricky, if I might use the word, to introduce men into our family, but I would really have to say that Mahal has worked his way to my father's heart. Na earn talaga niya yung trust ng parents ko, especially my father, and then my siblings. My siblings were still very small when when I introduced him to the family. They grew up around him. They were able to also have a kuya in the house. Ayun, so, and siguro, one thing to add lang din, that one thing that I really like from him is, yung old school engagement proposal namin.
So, yun nga yung masasabi ko doon? Pinaka matapang na magagawa ng isang lalaki is harapin yung magulang. Actually, boyfriend and girlfriend pa lang dati nung inintroduce ko yung sarili ko sa family. Objective ko talaga is to introduce myself sa pamilya, sa parents. So, yun yung pinaka-importante din kasi. Kasi hindi lang yung magugulat, uy, may boyfriend ka na pala. Yun, di ba?
So for us, it's very important to introduce the guy to the family. But of course, kilala nila kung sino yung kasama pag lumalabas, for example, on weekends, on date nights, ganyan. And it's a very important precedence, of course, because personally, I have a lot of sisters. I want or encourage them to do the same. Para andun yung peace of mind ng parents ko. Ayun. So, yun nga. So, we mentioned that we have been together for 10 years before, actually 9 years before we actually got engaged. And it's an old school marriage proposal, engagement proposal. So, he really...
Kunyari dinner lang, family dinner, ganun. Tapos, ayun.
So, we had close family present during that dinner.
Tapos, brinig ko yung silence nung nagsabi ako na magpo-propose na nga ako sa'yo. Lumuhod pa ako sa harapan ng angkan.
Nautal-utal ka pa nga kasi parang paulit-ulit yung sinasabi mo, sobrang kaba mo, I think.
Siyempre, nakakaba yung mga ganun moments. Isang beses ka lang nakakabahan ng ganun sa buhay mo. So, sulitin mo.
So, it was really something that I treasured, and of course, I'm sure my family also treasured, especially si Papa, the old school type of propose na hihingin mo yung kamay ko sa tatay ko. So that's a little bit of our background. So we got married in a beautiful ceremony in Talarvega Church in Cebu, Batangas, with our closest and dearest family. And from then on, 5 years later, here we are. as husband and wife, and we would like to share with you then some of the learnings that we have in our 10-year relationship
and 5 years being
5 years of spending Valentine's Day together as husband and wife. Ayan. So this is not about where to take me or him on expensive day trips, on yacht cruises or hot air balloons. This episode is not for that because as you can see, we are ordinary couple. We enjoy good things in life, but not necessarily expensive things in life. Okay, so first lesson, Mahal. What would you like to say as our first lesson?
Our first lesson is about communication is important.
Mm-hmm.
So, yung communication na lala natin sa school, di ba? It's two-way. Laging may nagsasalita, may nakikinig. And then yung kabila, magre-reply, makikinig yung isa. So, it's always like that. So, siguro, for me, sa relationship din talaga, importante yung nag-uusap kayong dalawa. Hindi lang yung pa-sweet, yung mga pero meron din mga times na pag may misunderstanding, kailangan din talagang pag-usapan yung mga bagay na kailangan pag-usapan.
Yeah, it's not always about like mga sweet nothings or promises of it can also be difficult conversations, diba? If you have to push your partner, if you have to push your spouse to do better or to nag somehow, diba? Parang ako minsan I feel like if I talk a lot, I feel like I'm nagging. But my intention is to push him to do better, to do the laundry, sorry. Sampay yung laundry ko, ganon. Pero, you know what we mean. Like you said, communication is two-way, right? Hindi pwedeng isa lang nagsasalita tapos walang nakikinig. Hindi lang pwede naman na pares ka nagsasalita because communication has to be, both listening and understanding din, di ba? Verbally expressing what you mean or sometimes even non-verbal communication, di ba? Kasi especially if you've been together for a long time, more or less, alam mo na rin yung non-verbal communication way niya. Pag hindi na nagsasalita yan, parang shucks, kinakabahan ako. Medyo galit na yata ito. Kasi as you can see, tsura naman ng mga asawa ko daw, sobrang galit naman ito. Diba? Mukha naman ako talaga yung nang-aaway, di ba? So, ayun, it's very important talaga to have that open communication and to have that open mind and communication din. Kasi hindi tayo makakaintindi kung hindi tayo willing umintindi rin.
And also, yung communication is din, magandang way to grow also. Kasi hindi isang natutunan ko sa relationship natin is tawag dito, ang salamin mo, di ba kay Boy Abunda? Naalala niyo pa yun, matagal na yun. Ano yung masasabi mo sa harapan na to? Kung ako yung salamin, ano yung masasabi mo? So parang ganun din yung communication sa relationship. Kasi yung babalik sa'yo is yun yung reflection kung sino ka. Di ba? So, usually, marireceive mo lang yung ganong klaseng comment sa asawa mo or sa partner mo.
Yeah, I'm always saying that to him, di ba? Who do you expect na magsasabi ng ganito sa'yo? Yung kapitbahay natin, di ba?
Kaya yung office mate mo.
Of course, it will come from me.
Closest sa buhay mo yung magsasabi sa'yo ng kung sino ka talaga.
Yeah, because,
Pwede naman sabihin sa'yo na di ba? Sabihin, uy, tumataba ka na.
Which is true.
Which is true, di ba? Pero sa kanya manggagaling yun.
And the intention
kasi yun din yung ang intention kasi nun is parang for your good din kasi yung halimbawa sinabihan ka ng ganun, ma-offend ka ba asawa mo na yung nagsabi. Kumbaga, hindi kasi pag nanay mo nagsabi na ang pogi-pogi na anak ko, lagi naman ganun, di ba? Yung so mas maniniwala ka sa asawa mo.
So hindi ka naniniwala sa nanay mo?
Laging gano'n, di ba? Yung mga nanay nagsasabi all the best sa anak nila. Pero sa asawa mo, minsan may maririnig ka na...
Sinasabihan ka rin ni mama, laki na naman ng tiyan mo.
O parehas na sila ng tono. So parang anong nangyari, kailangan mong i-improve din yung sarili mo. Kasi hindi mo rin malalaman. Kasi tawag dito, sobrang komportable ka sa sarili mo na hindi mo na namamalayan kung ano yung ka sa labas, di ba?
Yeah. So, okay. So, before we move on to our next lesson, let's say hi to some of our live viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for catching us live. Hi, Steffi. Good morning,
Steffi.
Watching from Doha, Qatar. Hello, Steffi. Happy Hearts Day. Hi,
Hi,
Anna,
Anna.
watching live. Hi, Anna from downtown Dubai. Ay,
Hi,
hello,
Tito Tess.
Tateng. Tateng, hello, miss you. God bless po. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are also watching us live, let us know what you think. Maybe also share with you what do you think is important. Is communication important? Are you a type of person na mas marami kayong verbal than non-verbal communication or the other way around? Yon. Because for us, definitely, ako, mas verbal communication ako. Ito naman si Ian, mas more
Silent.
non-verbal yan.
Oo.
Yan, non-verbal. Okay. So if we move on to our lesson number 2, our lesson in love number 2, it's understanding and acceptance. Okay. So bakit magkasama? Understanding and acceptance. So maybe coming from the first lesson, which is communication, di ba? We believe that it's very important sa relationship na nagkakaintindihan kayo, di ba? And to a certain degree, since of course we are your spouses, your partners in life, you have to accept some things, di ba? And there are things talaga na you really have to accept as part of your relationship. So, for example, sabi ko nga kanina ako, I'm more of a verbal communication type person. Siya naman more of non-verbal. Diba? If I don't understand na ganun pala yung, in a way, love language niya, then I wouldn't really get, parang ako salita ko ng salita tapos siya hindi siya nagsasalita. Wala siyang comment. Parang galit na galit na ako siya, hindi pa rin siya nagsasalita. So, if I don't get to understand na ganun pala yung personality niya, then I will always be, pissed off. O lagi akong confused or galit. Di ba? And to a certain level, I have to accept na ganun talaga yung way of expressing niya or non-expressing. Di ba? And it's not just about arguments or communication, but for example, your personality as a whole. Diba? When I married him, I know who he is, at alam ko rin kung ano pa yung mga bagay na in a way gusto kong maybe ma-influence sa kanya na mababago or ma-improve. Pero again, to a certain extent, hindi naman lahat yon mapabago ko or ma-improve, di ba? Yes, I can do my part as his spouse na I can I can push him to be better at this or to do something new, pero it has to come from himself, di ba? So again, a certain level of acceptance na he will always snore when he's sleeping. Di ba? Kahit anong gawin ko, maghihilig at maghihilig pa rin siya pag natutulog. So there's a certain level of acceptance din, di ba? Ikaw, ha?
So yun, as yung pagka-describe niya sa sarili niya, ano nga daw siya, di ba? Strong type. Para sabihin natin, strong type of personality. And I'm the, ano ba yung tawag dito?
You're meek.
Meek, payak. Ano meek sa Tagalog? Payak.
Simple.
Hindi, simple lang. Simple lang na,
medyo
na
low-key ka eh.
hindi ako masyadong, more on to
Words.
engagement sa maraming salita. Parang ganun. Magsasalita man ako, it's either ano lang, yung mga parang ba yung bullet points lang.
Bullet points ka lang. Ako paragraphs and phrases.
So,
Thesis type.
kung sasalita ako, yung sa side ko, it's all on bullet points. Pero ano naman, tawag dito, yung ano nga yung type of personality na yun, nalaman ko na yun noon pa. Parang kumbaga, it's up to you kung tatanggapin mo o hindi. So, nung pinakasalan ko siya, tinanggap ko naman talaga lahat. Tinanggap ko naman lahat yung ganong setup, parang ganong setup ng relationship. So it's up for me to how to make it work din. Kasi kumbaga once you have accepted, kumbaga sa atin din kasi sa ano natin, sa buhay natin bilang married couple, hindi magandang option yung yung tatapusin niyo lahat, di ba? Maghiwalay, gano'n.
Just because hindi kayo walang acceptance. Or may
yun siguro yung doon na uuwi yung ibang couples na hindi nila naintindihan kung ano yung tinanggap nila. Di ba? Para kumbaga nung boyfriend girlfriend sila bago sila kinasal, puro goody-goody yung nakita nila. Pero after nilang ikasal, hindi may mga hindi pala sila natanggap before sila kinasal. So may konting spark lang ng away.
So walang foundation
napapalaki, parang ganon. So parang for us, since na-accept ko na strong yung personality niya, so, may since tinanggap ko na siya, meron akong mga ways na kung paano i-handle yung mga ganong situation. And with that, pag may mga may misunderstandings, may nag-grow kami parehas.
Yeah, and
Oo, parang
actually,
hindi siya yung maghiwalay na tayo kasi
di mo
masama
kaya yung
ugali mo, gano'n.
sumaugali.
Hindi naman gano'n, hindi na tayo umabot sa gano'n.
Ah.
Pero di ba, parang tawag dito, lalo tayong nag-grow kasi nalaman, napag-usapan natin yung
Yeah, that I
yung
will always be a little strong every time may argument kami, gano'n. And again, in a way, balik tayo dun sa first lesson, which is communication. Communication, di ba? May feedback din niya sa akin na sometimes I'm coming always a little too strong, ganyan. Tapos siya parang, yun. So, kung ano yung feedback niya based on that. So, I can actually say na, I have tapered down, kumbaga may level of strength, kumbaga in terms of arguments, ganyan. Kasi nga, ayun yung feedback na na-receive ko. So,
sa pang tip sa mga sa mga guys. Sa mga guys dyan. Sa siguro if ever may mga misunderstandings kayo throughout the day, before end of the night, bago kayo matulog, pag-usapan nyo.
Yes. It's very important
Diba?
talaga na you go to bed na maayos kayong parehas, wala kayong samaan ng loob, 'di ba? Mas masarap matulog, 'di ba? Na may kayakap at hindi yung magkatalikuran kayo kasi magkaaway kayo, 'di ba? So at the end of the day before you go to bed, of course, hopefully you're saying your prayers together that you have resolved any issues that you've had during the day. 'Di ba? Mas maganda yung ganung feeling.
Mas maganda yung feeling ng gugising ka ng maaga.
Maaga.
Gigising ka ng umaga na magaan yung loob niyo sa isa't isa.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So let's move on to our let's check if we have any more live comments. Hello, Ate Meno. Hi, Ate Meno, watching from Wawa Lemery, Batangas. I miss Wawa. Hello po. Thank you, Ate Meno. God bless you more. Ingat-ingat. Thank you po. Yeah, we are that's our relatives from Lemery, Batangas. Hello po. Thank you for tuning in. And we hope you guys are finding value. Meron kayong natututunan dito sa sharing namin. And again, the main purpose of this live series is to, really share with you ano yung mga learnings namin sa buhay, sa buhay mag-asawa, sa business, na hopefully you can also apply in your own. Diba? Okay, moving on to our third lesson is about alignment. And we said alignment and realignment. Diba? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng alignment? So, for us, it's very important na parehas kami ng direksyon sa buhay. Diba? Parehas kami ng gusto sa buhay. And at the end of the day, yun yung isa sa mga primary reasons why we got married. Because we have similar goals in life. We have similar paths that we want to go together. Diba? That is the path of creating our own family, the path of bringing our family closer to God, the path to still, continue supporting our parents, even though we are married, we have our own family. And why we mentioned that it's important to have that alignment. Kasi, di ba, parang yung katuwang mo sa buhay, kaya mo siya katuwang sa buhay is because you are working towards the same dreams, the same goals, the same aspirations, di ba? Hindi yung meron kang pinakasalan ka, tapos ikaw gusto mo magkaanak, tapos siya pala ayaw niya magkaanak, di ba? So, parang dun pa lang, medyo off na di ba? And I think through the years, since syempre tao tayo, we evolve, di ba? We learn new things sometimes, our decisions change. It's important to have the realignment, di ba? Or reassessing, saan ba tayo pupunta? Saan na ba tayo in our life right now? Are we happy with where we are right now? For example, di ba, like he said, 14 years na ako, kami dito sa Dubai, then since 2008. So, ano mo plano natin? Ilang years pa ba tayo dito? Di ba? Mag-apply pa tayo ng immigration somewhere else. So, once you have that alignment and realignment, it's very easy to take the next step, to pray for your next big decision. Kasi alam nyo na parehas kayo ng gustong mangyari. Diba? Hindi yung isa gusto mag-Australia, isa pala gusto mag-New Zealand. Diba? Parang hindi naman kayo aligned nun. Or isa gusto ng 2 pusa, ako gusto ko ng 4 na pusa. So, simple things like that, or even on the simplest things. Sabihin natin na it doesn't have, it covers the smallest decisions to the biggest decisions. Biggest decisions like how many kids do you want, or do you want to immigrate to Canada or Australia or New Zealand or wherever, or as simple as anong dinner natin. Diba? It's a common conversation we have na at the end of the day, galing work, nasasakay na kami, mag-usap kami, okay, Hal, anong dinner natin? Diba? Magluluto ba tayo or magre-request pa tayo? Magde-deliver pa pa-deliver ba tayo? Diba? So, small things like that, it always, again, involves the first 3 lessons that we have, communication, diba? Understanding and acceptance, and of course, alignment. Diba? Kung gusto niyo ng KFC, ako gusto ng Jollibee, then we have to talk about it. Ano bang dinner natin? Mag-Jollibee pa tayo or mag-KFC? Okay? Alright, there's some background noise. Alright, so I hope you find also some learnings in that. Let us know if this is also something you consider as an important lesson. Alignment, okay? Because again, we evolve as a couple, but hopefully we're evolving together as a couple, hindi individually, hindi separate. Diba? Ayan. Okay. So, moving on to our 4th lesson, Mahal.
Importance of small things. Diba? Maraming bagay na na-take for granted natin sa pang-araw-araw na buhay natin. So, sobrang busy ng buhay. May trabaho, may extracurricular activities, pero may mga ibang bagay na na-overlook natin. So for us, yung mga small things na yun matter also. Kasi para sa amin, yun yung nagpapadagdag sa'yo ng married life.
Yes.
So kumbaga, kayo guys, ginagawa nyo ba yun sa asawa yun na masabihan mo lang siya ng I love you. Diba? Kami, para sa akin, magsabi lang ako ng I love you every day. Kasi dati, binibilang pa namin yan eh. O kaya nagre-remindan pa kami. Uy, nasabi ko ba sa'yo? Mahal na mahal kita. Sila, napaka-cheesy, di ba? Pero, tawag ito, tawag ito, maganda sa pakiramdam na may nagsasabi sa'yo na kayong dalawa, nagsasabi sa isa't isa ng ng mahal niyo yung isa't isa, di ba? Sa araw-araw yun.
Yeah, and
hindi pa tayo pumalya ever since na magkakilala tayo.
I think it's important to do that not only because you have to do it, but because you mean it and it's always in your mind na tipong importante sa akin na masabi ko sa asawa ko na mahal ko siya, di ba? Kasi again guys, di ba, life is short. Hindi natin alam hanggang kailan tayo. I mean, just looking at the reality of life, di ba? Life is too short, di ba? Hindi mo nasabihan yung asawa mo na mahal mo siya, di ba? Parang if God forbid anything happens to you, then what was the last conversation you had with them? Diba? So it's very important. It's the smallest of things really that matter most, diba? You don't have to annoy the person na sabihin mong I love you every 30 minutes or something, diba? Pero the smallest things like, you ask ng dinner na ba? How was your day? Diba? Or what, medyo, ang tawag doon, iniiba namin yung mga question namin to each other every day. Hindi naman laging, how was your day? Or how was your morning? Laging, what made you happy today? What made you excited today? Anong good news sa opisina nyo? Anong magandang kwentuhan sa opisina nyo? Diba? So, small things like that. And like, yung sabi nga niya.
Meron din yung isa yung love gesture ba yun? Ako siguro yung love gesture ko lagi, pagsilbihan yung asawa ko.
So his love language is
love language, yun.
Yes, it's a love language. Love gesture, bago.
Love gesture, bago yan.
Love language.
Bagong term ba yan?
Kasi iba-iba yung love language. And again, it's very important for us, especially as spouses, to understand ano ba yung love language ng asawa mo. Is he more of service, meaning pinagdadrive niya ako, pinagluluto niya ako ng breakfast, especially on weekends. Ako naman pinaglalaba ko siya, di ba? Nagtitiglo ko ng damit. So, hindi kami more of like material gifts na bigay lang ng bigay na bigay ng bagong cellphone, bigay ng bagong sapato, or ng Jordan, or whatever. So, iba't ibang classic kasi tayong tao, di ba? So, we all have different love languages. So, if you're interested to learn more about love languages, we'll share a link here in our comment section where you can find more about that. Okay?
Karang yung sa tawag dito, masayang-masaya na ako pag nakikita ko natutuwa siya sa bago kong niluto.
Yeah.
Yung mga first time, laging lahat ng first time kong niluto, pasok agad.
Yes.
Ay, salamat kay Ninong Rai, nga pala.
May shoutout kay Ninong Rai.
Shoutout kay Ninong Rai sa mga tips niya dahil masasarap talaga yung kahit first try lang.
So again, importance of small things, diba? It's again, it doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to be something na alam mo yun, will cost you a lot of time and effort. The smallest things, say I love you, say thank you, it's very important, diba? Minsan may mga tao na just because they think that they deserve to be helped doesn't mean that hindi mo na kailangan mag-thank you or dahil responsibilidad niya yun, you don't have to say thank you. Say thank you, di ba? Pinagluto ka, thank you. Hinatid ka sa office, pinag-drive ka, thank you. Di ba? Yun. So, sa akin naman din, yun, appreciating din, yun nga, may form of, my love language then in a way is my verbal communication. I tell him where he's doing really good, if he got a praise at work, or yung project nila, it went out really well, or I feel like, yung forma niyo today is parang it's extra, extra nice, small things like that, di ba? It's very important. Okay, and of course, since it's Valentine's Day, we wanted to wrap up this episode of Lessons in Love with this lesson number 5, which is
Lessons in life. Saglit. Ano ako. Pero lessons in love, number 5 is, every day is Valentine's Day.
Ayan. So why is it important that we consider every day as Valentine's Day? O bakit isa sa mga biggest learning natin?
Ako para sa akin kasi, hindi lang laging maganda yung isang araw. Kumbaga, meron tayong 365 days sa isang taon na yun yung opportunity mo na pakita yung pagmamahal mo sa asawa mo, sa mga mahal mo sa buhay. So, I always think of every day as Valentine's Day kasi, para, dito? Kasi every Valentine's Day, nagpapakita ka ng magandang bagay, nagbibigay ka ng rosas,
flowers, or chocolates,
bibigyan ka ng chocolates.
or something
Hindi naman,
specific.
siguro masasabing, magbigay ka ng chocolates sa flowers every day. Pero yung mga simple gestures of paano nyo pinapakita yung pagmamahal nyo sa mga asawa nyo.
Yeah, and I think the message here is that you don't have to wait for Valentine's Day, diba? To show your love, your appreciation, to provide that gesture of love to your partner, to your spouse, diba?
Small things, big things, pwede rin. Pwede
Exactly. Because if you consider every day as Valentine's Day, you don't have to wait for that one big day to show that appreciation. It could be a random Tuesday. It could be a random weeknight, diba? And practically speaking, mahal talaga ang mga date at ang mga restaurants sa Valentine's Day at ang mga gifts. So, I mean, practicality speaking, you don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to show that appreciation.
Lalo na kagagaling lang natin sa pandemya. So, kailangan maging practical din.
You have to be practical. And again, with practicality, yun nga, di ba? Yung thoughts na you don't have to buy expensive roses, you don't have to buy expensive gifts just to prove that mahal mo yung tao. Diba? It can be shown in your daily small acts of kindness, small acts of love, small gestures of love. Diba? Okay, so I think that's our 5 lessons in love for this episode. We just want to thank you again all for watching, and we hope you did find some value in our sharing. So just to recap our lessons in love, 5 lessons in love. First one is communication. Second is understanding and acceptance. Third is alignment and realignment. 4 is the importance of the small things. And number 5, to consider every day as Valentine's Day. Ayan. So, thank you guys for tuning in. And we wanted to close off this episode with our favorite Bible verse about love. Okay, so I'm sure many of you are familiar with this verse. It's from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 to 7. And I will read it to you. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude. It's not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Okay, ayan. So for those who are fans of Nicholas Sparks, I'm sure you have heard this in A Walk to Remember. Okay. The content plugging na A Walk to Remember. Ayan. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. We hope you have learned something new from us, and we hope you also have a special Valentine's Day tomorrow. All right. Ayan. So, anything else you want to say, Han?
Ayun. Happy Valentine's Day na sa mga brother
Happy
natin.
Valentine's Day to all of
To
you. I
all of
hope
you, mga brothers and sisters natin. Enjoy your Valentine's Day.
enjoy your weekend, and
Enjoy your
coming us from
weekend.
here, it's a Sunday, so we'll spend it with family.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. As always, take care, stay safe.
Stay safe. And
God bless. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.